Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Hesezimcute, or some of you call me CJ. Let's see who's all here this week already. Hey Russell, hey Chris, hi Phoebe, hey Peter, hey Roro. Yeah, so glad that Chris was not on Maui with everything that was happening. Hey Ray, how's it going? Hope everybody is doing well this week. Such devastation going on over there. Okay, so I've got my pets timed so they're ready to be fed right now. And we're going to do this probably a little bit differently here in just a few minutes. Let everybody start joining and seeing what's going on. You guys are welcome to start leaving any kind of feedback you want about the event. I hope you've taken advantage of it. I did not take advantage of an XP booster, I will admit to that. And just not great at always using the XP and coin boosters. And speaking of which, we do have an offer, and I want to talk about some of the offers we've had lately and what's up with some of those. Let's see. And thanks everybody for being here and already liking. Oh yeah. YouTube. Okay, YouTube, leave me alone. Thank you for telling me I'm live for a change. Usually don't get my own alerts. Alright. So we are going to notate my starting XP for the stream. And I know I keep putting it because I'm trying to write it down. Hey Chaos! Oh, jeez. 2705. Okay. Hi Carol! Okay, that is my starting XP after I harvested and before I fed pets. So we are going to be able to try to see how much XP we get. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna feed pets, and actually let's go look and then we'll feed pets because I won't get any XP while we're gone. And that way maybe a few more people can join. So I want to show you guys what you can get just in the one go round, because I think it's something that you could, I know sending 1 or 2 trucks you're getting more XP, but you're also using more products in most ways than just feeding the pets are. So I want everybody 206, congratulations Russell. Look, you have all your pets right there. Oh, I love how you paired the trees in. Oh, they look so cute. And the little pond area. Hey, audio. Aw, thanks. Yes. I have seen some people activate XP boosters and say it's paid off for them, and I didn't, and I don't want to. Russell, I love your place. I love your house. And truck the blue. I don't have the extra money to spend on it. And I love that you little kept the little like park area that goes together. I wish I had gotten more of that. Take those vouchers. I need them for my pets. Okay. Oh, you missed the... So if you... Did you activate it after you did your first feeding? Or did you activate it like before you did your second set of feedings? Because I think you can only do 2 feedings. But we're going to go, hey Diane, so we have our starting XP, show that again. And we're going to go through and feed all of my pets. I have plenty of room in my barn. We're going to go feed and collect. So I'm going to show you after I did the adjust the dogs. Come. Now we'll move over here to our cats. And I don't think it's just the XP that you are getting. You can do 4 per XP booster. You can do 4 feedings of your pets during the event. But I think it's 2 per booster. 5-star booster. Okay, so there it is after my cats. So you can already see I've made a decent dent right there. I have them spread out. So we'll go do bunnies next. And we're going to check it after I feed each of the animal types. Just so we can see how much it grows and goes back. Should have wrote down how much I got. So we're at 5, 12. Hey, cute kitty. Yes, I will, Peter. You can have this week off if you'd like. I'm actually hoping he'll be okay for it. Pretty sure it's past. I know it made landfall, but I know there's been some flooding. So, okay, we're gonna do the horses next. This will really stack up. And I'll have to go back and do the calculations when I see him later. Got those. Okay, guys, we're already down like 4,000 here. No, I mean, I still have, I can't say it on here. There's something going on, but I'm not gonna say it because I know what Ricky will say if I say it and he finds out. So I don't have all the cats. I'm missing 2 cats, you guys. So take that into consideration. So those go in. That's after the cats. We're gonna do the puppies. So there's that. And then we're going to do the donkeys. Now these have been great because you're doing them every hour. And so it doesn't seem like a lot. But when you get it all in and you're doing it every hour, it does. So we're down almost 5,000 XP points. And that's just the pets. And I don't have the guinea pigs. And I'm missing 2 kittens. That didn't take a lot of my stock up at all. Ooh. Have the cute kitty. I hope the dilation goes away soon. I know what a pain that is. 2 nails, which are my rare, which is great. So all my pets should be fed now. And they're wandering around. So now we're going to go to the sanctuary and feed them. So before I feed the sanctuary, we're at... Hey, Sue. Let's see. Before sanctuary, but after pets XP. I should have wrote this down somewhere than in here. I'll have to go back and check it. Okay. So we did pretty good there. Okay. You can see I've already started to feed some of these. So there's the elephants. There's the hippos. Here's the giraffes. The zebras. Gorillas. And those are the ones that I have 4 of each. So that's already taken me down 1,000 there. And I only have 1 of the reindeer. So after my sanctuary, we're down just over 1,000 XP. And yeah, it's kind of a pain to have the wheat bundles and the meat buckets for everything. But you got, I mean, that was so easy. And I still can go in and feed my pets one more time. I won't make it for the sanctuary animal one more time. But I wanted to do the sanctuary animals here. So I'll only get 2 feed-ins of the sanctuary animals. And so that was so easy to make up 6,000, right around 6,000 XP from the very beginning. Which is really, I think, great. And that's without an XP booster. And that was just the one feeding. So I know everybody was like, oh, it's not going to be worth it. You can get that in, a couple of trucks. But I didn't use a lot of products. My wheat got used up in wheat bundles. I really actually like this event. I think it was a good event that they have done. I am really hoping that this is something that they'll keep into rotation and that we'll have, because it's another way for them to add XP for us that doesn't have coin, and we don't have a strictly XP event right now as it stood that didn't actually have to deal with coin unless you looked at just like revives, a help. It's everything you do in the town, everything you do with the boat, everything you do with truck orders. They all give coin with them. So even if you're getting 2 times XP, you're still getting some. So 2 times XP for, I think, not just for filling the machines, I think just general farming. So harvesting your crops. Think of, you may not think of it as a lot per se, but if you were to apply 2 times XP to just weeding, and you could sit here all day and weed, people could really stack up the levels. But the thing about it is you still have to offer better coin options, because we still have people who are going to be hitting coin crunches, and we can't get just the farm visitor event for coins only. I think that needs to be expanded or adapted. There needs to be a little something more. We have the roadside shop, and I think that that's a great way to do it. I think we could maybe try a few other things. But overall, I have liked this event a lot. I haven't been, on it every hour for the donkeys feeding. I did try to get some rest today since my kids were in school, so I could have some rest before Ricky's stream tonight. But overall, I felt this was a really good event. I wasn't using a ton of products up. And the XP return was good. The most products I used up was probably carrots and wheat bundles, to be honest. And I like using the wheat bundles because it gave up, or, it used up wheat and I could wheat. So, yes, I did get some rest. Not as much as I would have liked, but I did get some. So, I'd love to hear what you guys thought about this. I really liked it. Russell, you said you're hoping to keep that in rotation. I like that it's a great way to help with XP. I know that it's an XP only event, but it's not the worst thing. I think it's a good boost. Cute Kitty, you agree too? I really do like it. I think the one thing, if you are heavy production for this event and you did not stock up on some of the things like bacon or even milk, and you're really working on some of the upper level machines, the higher level players may have struggled some. But if you had listened and caught some of these early, the event announcement came out last week on Friday, you could really get ahead and make sure you had enough for all of the feedings. And the feeding times, potentially down the road, maybe we could adjust if we adjust the animals. And this could be a new kind of added event, but the drops really make the event even better. I got quite a few items in my drops. Hello, Bella. Oh, cute kitty. I'm so glad it was... Oh, I'm so glad it wasn't detached, too. That's probably pretty scary. No, it really wasn't. Okay, Chris. I thought this was a pretty easy prep event. I think it went really well. Pretty fast. I mean, I went down nearly 6,000 XP just from the one feeding of everything. So, I liked it, personally. I really did. And all the harvesting I did, still had wheat bundles I can collect, carrots. It added a lot, I think. I will be happy to keep this one. However, not doing one. I am not motivated to play the Chicken Valley this time. It has been hard. And I don't have a lot of days left. So I am going to do that tonight. Oh, but before I do that, let's talk about the offers. Maybe we can do it in the valley. This offer is currently up on any farm high enough to get boosters. You're looking at 2 times the 5-star boat, the 2 times faster, or the faster boats. You get 2 of them. They're the 5-star as well. And then the shorter nap toms and 2 of the toms. Now, the tom, shorter nap tom, rare to get, really great. Boats, we tend to get the boat crates a little bit more often. Faster boats are harder to get. If you look, we go look, 15,000 coin. Who randomly came up with 15,000 coins? Better than the 60 coins in the offer the other day. No idea. That probably should have been 600 or 6,000. Don't know who did that. Praying that that is a mistype in that offer, because that was horrible. The 50 diamonds for random amounts of coin was totally wrong, but this one is a good, solid offer. Because if we go and look at the cost of diamonds, you are getting more than your 10% if you had bought just the box of diamonds in the Supercell store. And you're getting coins. Whatever. They threw them on for whatever reason. Hi, Angie. Don't know the thought. But you are getting 8 boosters. This is a really good deal. The diamonds are higher. So if you're thinking about, okay, compared to the new big bundle of booster for the same price, which only comes with the 570 and 12 boosters, you've got to think about, okay, you have a random chance of what you're getting. And you're getting less diamonds. Personally, for me, unless I was desperate for boosters, these are good because I have 4 boosters I know that are going to probably be placeholders. I don't need the Tom boosters. I don't need the boat boosters. I don't use them. I have plenty of them in my storage. They just become 4 placeholders for if we have a booster event. 4 boosters I'll use, but I'm getting more diamonds for my money just there. So I know we get the boosters, and we now have a $20 or the $19.99, I'm going to round up, the $20 booster pack, which is 12, but they are random and they aren't guaranteed all to be 5-star. I think this is a good offer. So you have 7.5 hours, a little under 7.5 hours to go to buy this. Remember to use your content creator code. I always take mine out before stream. I know multiple watch, and I am not sharing with who I am sharing. I like to share within. We also have back decos for diamonds right now. I have not seen how long they will be here for. I don't know if Phoebe knows how long they're going to be in shop for. I didn't see a time for it on Ricky's. But you do have these 3 options. They were Diamond Deco packs at one point. And if you need diamonds, then to get them, get the special offer and then go back and get these. Just make sure you have a content creator code in. They are so cute to come back. They match with the other tiki decos that we had gotten not that long ago. So I think it's a good mix in. So those are up. Just not sure how long they'll stay up. So we've had some offers, but this offer I think is a good deal. That's my personal opinion. Diamond 45 green. So the beach towel plus the tiki. Thank you, Phoebe. So I would buy them before. Honestly, I'd buy them in like the next. Let's see. Before your tool reset time on Saturday night. So I would buy them before. Most of you are in the US. I would buy them before. Like lunch on Saturday. Honestly, I'd buy them today or tomorrow. If I were you. If you haven't. If you hadn't purchased them. Russell, do you have out on the beach the other ones? By chance? No, yours is pulled up. Let's go take a look at Russell's beach. He had the... Okay. So, this stand, the single head does the same thing. That's all. Same thing as the beach towel. Here's where I'm going to tell you my theory. If you watch and you count, it's very rhythmic on the pattern. I still believe that it's not that it's not enough room. It's the reset and how they matched up the layering for the deco. I think it's just slightly off that the head gets cut off. So I don't know that was necessarily room. I think it's the way it was pieced, kind of layered together, that it didn't quite sync up perfectly. Because it's an exact timing. So each of the deco that's animated, they'll have a patterned loop that they go for, and it'll reset and restart that patterned loop of what they're doing. It's how they're usually programmed. So I think what happened is just a slight mismatch on those. I can't guarantee it. It's just my theory from... Alright, Siri. Okay. Sorry about that. No! Oh. It's just my theory. On why it does it. Yes, Siri clearly does. Yeah, we're going to ignore. Go back home. I need to plant more blackberry bushes. Anybody needs a revive. Don't know if anybody in my hood does right now. Hey, Sid. So I know a lot of people really had doubts with how much XP we would get from this feeding event, but you know, for not a lot of work for especially a casual player who just wants to come in, do a little something, hop out. It's a really good amount. Welcome back, Chris. It's a really good amount of XP. You know, about 6,000 for what I have, and I don't even have all the animals. I can't imagine how much XP Phoebe has probably earned today. Or even Russell. And I believe Phoebe has all the pets minus some of the birds that she can't get yet. So this is a really great one. And if you're not somebody who's big into boats, this is the reason why you would do boats, is to get vouchers. You can get some if you get a jewelry order on your truck, or if you we have voucher trucks, but boats always give you the voucher. So it's a good draw as to why to do it. One's a good one, but it's not what I needed. Oh, and I've got myself kind of off to the side where I didn't want to be. And I don't know where the container is. Go there, but that's going to be 25 minutes. We'll have to come back to that. Has anybody kept track of how much XP? I am curious. I've been looking at Facebook to see how many people, what people have gotten, and a lot of people didn't even think about keeping track, or they forgot about the event. Was hoping, Peter, you wish. Was hoping more people would have kept track of their XP, but I completely understand why somebody necessarily wouldn't have. 28,000 is a pretty good, I mean, just for that feeding. That doesn't take long. It took not a lot of products. Did you use an XP booster while you were doing it, Phoebe? Carol, I wish I was lucky enough. I actually get more vouchers during the Derby. but they're usually in with my puzzle or permit, and I go puzzle and permit always over vouchers, or at least puzzle. I will admit, this last time I took... Okay, so you actually had 3 p.m. Okay. For those who study, especially the donkeys, I know they were $420 an hour. So somebody who logged in every hour just for the donkeys really made a lot of XP right there. In between feeding the other pets. So, I liked it. It's a good event. Some of our other events haven't been my favorite as a lot yet. They've needed tweaking. The mystery box, didn't really see a big difference in that event. I'm glad that this is something really tangible that, especially content creators can go back and say if they kept track or doing this just one set of feeding during my stream, I can go, okay, I made this much and I don't even have all of the pets. Speaking of, half the time I don't spend this anymore because it's just not. It's depends on what I have on it for the day. I figured Phoebe would track. Ricky's probably tracked, depending on what's going on for him today. I don't know if Jen tracked. I saw that Shermer did a short video on one feeding over on Twitch to show how much XP he got. So it'll be very interesting, and I'd love to see what others put up and who did track, who didn't track. People who went in and were surprised, like, oh, I was able to, get... If you're a lower level, if you think about it, and you're not going to have the same sanctuary animals, but even if you're into, the 50s, most of the pets are open to you. You can really stack up on some of these. This one's not bad. Watch a post for the birdhouse or the fondue. Oh, I won't get. Ooh, I got a jam. I don't like the truck as much. Oh, Carol, you must be good luck. I got a voucher, a blue one. I need purple. I think I can buy a pet, but I don't know which one I want to get. So I haven't bought it. Because I'm going to have to buy a bird. And I was going to buy a bird later this month. And leaning towards finishing out the cockatoos. And if I get another pelican, I just couldn't decide. Anybody have any particular feedback between the offers we've had recently, including the booster one we've gotten today, or the new events that they really would like to have kind of be heard or adjusted that hasn't been said to That's my childhood. I think it. Okay, so Bella, the birthday event is. No, I had a cough, so I muted myself. That was sorry. I didn't give a heads up. I just hurry up and muted. Okay, I have a different voice in my head for that. I don't get the Peter Griffin reference. I know that's Family Guy, but I don't know why, and I'm okay with that. But I think it'd almost be too much to have the event every month. Unless we are going to really stick and effectively utilize giving the Farm Pass extra points event with the extra one. I also think that it's great for those who don't necessarily that would make more sense. I've not watched. I mean, I know what Family Guy is, sort of. I've not watched it, so I know some of the characters. I get some of the references, but so if we're talking like, I would love to see it maybe every other month, or especially with major events going on. So we did the birthday and we went back to back months, and some people thought it was a little overwhelming. 1 week seemed to be better than 2 weeks, and I would agree to that. If we utilize the XP points, then hey Janet, I think having the event could work towards the end, maybe not even the end, but like the second to last week of the month, and then the end of the month, depending on how things fall with the valleys. This month we have the Chicken Valley, and some people don't play the Chicken Valley, but those who do, you have to work so hard on it, you don't want to be overwhelmed. So okay, Tanya, I have a good suggestion. I was going to announce this on Phoebe's stream, but I'd rather announce it since she's right here now. We should suggest getting more cows and more chickens there, because there's never enough milk or eggs because of the new machines. I can never keep up. Hi, Tanya. Okay. So, as Phoebe answered, they said that Rose is your partner for there. I have put in suggestions for, like, I think adjustments, quality of life adjustments to the dairy and the cows, or could be something, an event. Really, Rose needs an adjustment. Rose maxes out at 200 when you're at. So if you are looking at somebody who's much higher, or a big bowed person, or an event, there's not Well, great minds, baby. Great minds. They adjusted rows that would help. That would be a great quality of life adjustment if they were to keep upping rows. And I get that there needs to be probably a cap. But if you start adding more animals, this is a space that they are taking up. If you're adding more cows and chicken, and I've even heard people ask for more pigs right now. Even if we did a small reduction in their time, we could see a major difference. But you don't want them to be so common in the paper that it takes the original point of the game, which is a management game, a time management game for making all of this stuff, away. You also then have to think of how much more space you're going to need. So if they were to consider, truly consider saying, okay, we need more milk to be produced or more eggs to be produced, give us 2 milk per cow, or 2 eggs, or 2 bacon. Let's not add more animals that would A, look crowded if we didn't add more pens, or B, take up a lot more space. There are quality of life adjustments, either in timing or in how much they produce, that can be more effective than handing over, here's a second dairy, here is a second set of cows, here's a second set, or even just, how many cows. There's got to be a balance, but we can look at it from a different perspective instead of just adding in those items. You look at the dairy and you want another dairy because you can't keep up with those things. Maybe reduce the times that it takes to make an item. Or even then it produces 2 of those items. An event that doubled the output. Maybe that's what it should be. And there could be a little bit of that. And that's an event. So then we don't have it all the time. You're still having the management portion. And it would add a different aspect to management. So we have yet to see the animal feed. It reduces the time that's needed to produce the feed. Why not couple that into a full animal production event, and we could reduce not just the time it takes to make the animal feed, but the time it takes for production. And then you have a full event of it. So then it's not all the time, you're not losing your management, but people can stock up. And it becomes a different form of management than the day-to-day because it's an event. But then you may have papers flooded. You could have baby farms that are still usable to hold some of those things. You're not losing the essence of what Heyday was meant to be. but we're still providing then something that is desired by the community. Yes, even an animal booster would be fine. Even a farm pass addition. Maybe we put into what if we did into the farm pass that could be a rotation depending on the different months that 1 month we get like 20% off the production of farm animals. One of us just gives us a 20% off production on machines. There's a lot of different ways it could be handled, but we are all on one side of the use. And, Phoebe, Ricky, John, Schromer, Goodfather, my heyday, there are so many content creators that can talk to community managers, who can talk to the programmers and the Cindy in the overall team to try to enhance the game and make things better for all of us. But sometimes I think things get lost in translation, which is why I really would like to be a part of the bigger picture team, because I can see where you guys are thinking with these events, but I can also kind of see where we could utilize and change some of these things to give you something close, maybe not exactly what you're asking for, but something that would work in exchange. And there's still a lot of things that, unfortunately, they probably weren't purposely missed, but they were missed in the bigger picture of the updates. And depending on how big of a team or how many people are putting in what, and even how small, if we have cross people potentially, somebody may not have thought about, we've added so many of this, we need to add boosters, but we've been asking for a booster redo. Maybe we can't get those boosters until we do a booster redo, but then that information can't be shared with us, with the content creators, with the community. And I know that sometimes people, hey Lori, are feeling like they're not being heard, but I can assure you that the notes that I take and pass on to the content creators who have asked me to do that for them, they take those notes back. Phoebe takes her own notes. She asks. She's advocating for you guys. I want there to be an open forum here with me as well. Whether I end up being part of Supercell as an employee, I want to be able to have the relationship still with the community, hopefully, so that I can hear and see, and you guys spark so many creative ideas. And it's amazing what one little thing that you guys will say can really spark for any of us, and especially for me, to create some kind of idea. Okay, so let me catch up on chat. Belly, you asked what's my favorite and least liked regular event. My absolute least liked favorite event. Oh, that is hard. Actually, they're both hard. I can find the good in almost any event except for the yard sale. Absolute waste. I think that would probably have to say is my least, because your deco does not take up space. You may have 1,000 of those flowers. You may have 1,000 wood piles, especially if you were, I don't think 1,000, that's probably exaggerating, but let's just say if you've been playing for that long, deco used to be a little bit easier to get. One, the 600 windmills, they offered to buy them back, and so many people didn't send them back. You guys, if you are unaware of this, those windmills, some of you absolutely love them. Y'all, they do set off people's vertigos. They make me sick if there's too many on there. When those came out, I literally sat through so many streams where I could only see the chat and the screen was covered when I wasn't being the streamer because I was getting too sick. So I get why they did the yard sale. I don't think it's the right answer to what, and I think it's time to phase that out. Yard sales should not be something that occurs. I think I don't know if I could pick my absolute favorite, although this new one right here, this Feeding the Pets, may go towards the top of my favorite. But many of you aren't going to remember, and it hasn't been in so long. I loved the community donation event, where you had to make, as a community, so many of each item, and we got special rewards for them. Or when we did like the Wonder Tree event, and it was tangible to something real, because in real life, Supercell made a donation to a company who is doing something good for the world, and we were merely playing a game to give them that support. And so, yes, we had to make a goal, but it was a tangible thing that we all got to learn something about. And unfortunately, Brawl Stars Clash participated this year, and Love and Pies ended up participating, and they focused on a rainforest frog, but Heyday did not participate, and I was very sad to learn that there wasn't anything in the works for Heyday to have participated. And I know there are players who want the Wonder Tree back. We could get a different version of the Wonder Tree. We could do something like that. I love those tangible things, and I liked the community events where we actually had to, as a community, do so much of something to get special prizes. And I really love the new birthday and the colors event, the style of that reminds me of old things we've done. Didn't interfere and gave us great. I would say the execution on the colors event was better than the birthday, because we even had the option to buy some of the deco for diamonds. And it was a shorter time. So I really liked those. But I think that there are still so many things that we could do with this game that they haven't touched the surface of, that would really make things current and now and exciting for players who've been playing a while. I have ideas for new events. I know that Phoebe, Jen, Ricky, the community as a whole have good ideas for things they would like to see. And I really would like to be able to help get those brought into a reality. Okay, so coming up with codes and getting the artwork, about how long does it take to get to the game? Okay, it does take time and testing. It also depends on a few things, right? So, let's take an example of the blueberry and raspberry bush, okay? The foundation of the looks are similar. So that artwork and kind of foundation was slightly already in the game. So creating the second bush is going to take less time than coming up with something from scratch and coding it. It can take up to 2 years to get something into game if there is nothing else fully like it, or coding similar enough to it. However, there is a way, depending on, this is, again, purely based off of experience in the industry. Okay, not with Heyday directly. I do not know Heyday's coding process. I can only make reasonable guesses based on being in the industry. There are things like adding boosters that do not need to take 2 years, because we have boosters in the game. However, there are codes that have to be written to affect that machine and test it to ensure that it doesn't break any other part. And please realize that the game is 11 years old now. They have updated the UI, but they have not updated all aspects. You guys asked for the search function. And this will be the one time I will tell you that they were very quick to turn around and give us the search function. We got the new UI. We said, why can't we search? Could we have that feature? It turned around pretty quick. I cannot speak as to whether or not that was already in the works, but it, to me, didn't seem like it was something that they had planned to do when they had done it necessarily. And they were able to make other adjustments to things. So it really depends on what we are asking for a timeline and how flexible they can be for the for their plans that they are mapped out. But okay, I'm kind of confused by your comment there, Phoebe. It took longer than just a turnaround. I mean, that's... I didn't give an exact timing on that. And I'm saying we got it fairly quickly unless it was something in the background. I mean, if you're willing to say it was something they had already been working on, more than, you know, when we saw a ramp up of it being asked about as a feature with the new UI, then that's information that you'd have to let us know. But when you compare it to Zebra is taking 2 years to get, and okay, so there's a transparency of I mean, to go back to your original question, it really depends on what it is and what's in game already and how flexible they can be with the plan that they have. Okay, you know what? I'm going to end here because I found that was just kind of rude and timing wise, and it's bothered me like I've said or done something wrong. Next week's events, not the Derby, are usually announced around noon. I will say around. The earliest they can be released is 12 UTC time, like 12 noon UTC time. I believe Ricky usually adds them a few hours after he's done streaming onto his Facebook page. Jen usually goes over them during her stream. Schromer releases his either via video in his Discord. Depends on which content creator you follow. Depends on which one you will get. I appreciate everybody coming, but you have to wait until next week to find out when the actual Derby will be. It's not what gets announced during tomorrow's announcements. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for the wonderful likes. I hope this was informational for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the event, and I will see you all in... Hey May, sorry you're coming at the end. I will see you all in other streams or next week in my stream. Happy farming, y'all. Bye.